Hey guys, this is my audience. That's my daughter. She wasn't in the first one. She was visiting grandparents. All right. You guys ready? Here we go. Good evening. Today I'm going to talk about a holiday that is marked on every American calendar, but one that we know very little about. A holiday that's not celebrated here in America. The day is known as Boxing Day. It is a holiday of high visibility, however, because of the fact that it is on every calendar. But it says Boxing Day with the parentheses of CAN, which stands for Canada, because that's where it is celebrated. So we usually pass over that holiday, and we have heard that name before, or we've read it, although most of us, I would dare say, like myself, had no idea what this holiday is all about. I had no idea what this holiday signified until I actually studied it this week. So what is Boxing Day? Boxing Day is celebrated on December 26th, but if the 26th is on a Saturday or a Sunday, then it is celebrated on the Monday that precedes Christmas, or that would probably be the 28th. It is a commercial holiday that is celebrated in Britain. It is marketed like Black Friday in America with tons of shopping sales. It is the #1 shopping day in Britain. It is the day that people redeem gift cards and spend their Christmas money that they received at the mall. Small businesses and shops are usually closed, however, but this is the biggest day of shopping in the malls. So what is the history of Boxing Day? Because we know a lot of holidays for their modern celebrations, as Christmas being family get-togethers and for giving gifts, but we know the true significance of Christmas being the birth of Jesus, and so on and so forth for all the rest of our holidays. They've all been commercialized. Well, Boxing Day didn't start out as a shopping holiday. Queen Victoria started Boxing Day in the 19th century. Like Christmas, it has a much more significant meaning than what most people celebrate it for. It has another moniker, St. Stephen Day, for the first Christian martyr, Stephen. It started out as a day where employers gave their servants gifts, traditionally in a box, hence the name Boxing Day, for their faithful service throughout the year. Workers also got the day off from work. Families also spend time together having a meal, playing games, and enjoying each other's company, as I am right now. The history of Boxing Day is important to understand, but it is just as vital for us to know how this holiday is celebrated in this modern culture, in the modern world. So, Great Britain is not the only country that celebrates Boxing Day. It is also celebrated in New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. The modern celebration of Boxing Day has several events. So it's not just shopping, there's several events. There is the traditional dip, where charity raises money for people who are jumping and swimming in the sea. There's also a Boxing Day match where, pause that. Okay, upstairs. So the traditional dip is where charity raises money for people jumping and or swimming in the sea. There's also a Boxing Day match where people play, there's a match of cricket. It's a big cricket game that's very popular among the people. There's also football matches, which is not American football, it would be soccer. And there's also horse races. So this is a big holiday in a lot of the Commonwealth countries. But what's the relevance for Americans? Well, Americans, as you know, do not need another reason to shop. But we do that already with our commercial lineup of holidays. But as Christians, it would be wise and honoring to give gifts to our employees, and those who have served us throughout the year. As a parent of 4, I have thought of buying the church child care workers something small for Christmas this year. We need to adopt Boxing Day. We do not need to adopt Boxing Day to do that, but the spirit of the holiday is a very good one. And we should be seeking to honor those who serve us, our employees, those around us who faithfully serve us throughout the year. So why is Boxing Day important? Well, in a world where people are exploited and worked hard for very little compensation, it is really awesome that some countries have implemented a day where they give time off and to allow workers to spend the Christmas season with their families and give gifts to those who have worked hard for them all year. We also recognize that it was a sacrifice of Jesus and the saints like Stephen who have been martyred so we could know the glorious riches of his mercy in our modern day. So, in other words, Saint Stephen Day would be a day to where we can honor Saint Stephen for being the first martyr in the church. Stephen was a deacon who was willing to be bold for Jesus, and he was the first martyr again for Jesus in the book of Acts. He was not some super apostle, just someone who was faithful to preach and serve the people of God as a food server. We can learn much from him in our walk as Christians in our modern day. He was humble and full of the Holy Spirit. So, in closing, St. Stephen's Day, or Boxing Day, is something that we could take and learn from. We could take the giving of ourselves as a martyr like Stephen did, and take ourselves as being givers of gifts to those who serve us, and we can implement that into our everyday lives. It does not need to be just one day of the year where we give extra, although it's a very wise and noble thing to do. We should seek to be like Stephen every single day in our lives. Thank you.